Hello everyone, my name is Raul and today we're going to try an all-new Nissan Qashqai. Our test drive takes place in the suburbs of Madrid. I could say that the weather here is just disgusting, but it's okay. We can work, even need to work. Previous Nissan Qashqai looked like my grandmother's slippers. But this car got muscles. The car got some aggression. It had never looked such interesting and complete. However, at least 2 million Qashqai owners may not share my opinion about the previous generation. Although customers reported in surveys that they are waiting for bright, stylish design and modern technology from second generation. Developers said that the second generation Qashqai is not just an upgrade, it's really a new car. Even size have been changed. It became wider for 20 mm, longer for 47 and lower for 15 mm. The cabin height increased for 1 cm. Trunk capacity has increased by 20 liters, now it's 430 liters. With folded back seats, you get a flat floor and double trunk floor panel that can be adjusted. Engineers promise that there are 16 different configurations. The tailgate opens 15 centimeters higher than the previous version. The interior design of Qashqai looks like premium. Note the seats. The matter is not only the leather, and not even the perforated leather. Yesterday, Nissan representatives told me that these seats were developed in cooperation with NASA. They worked hard to avoid excess pressure on the vessels of your back. It is clear that we are talking about your ass. But I would say that this place is important, even strategic. Therefore, thanks to the developers, your ass won't hurt in long journeys. Of course, Qashqai could not ignore some modern technologies. That's why the car was equipped with an electric parking brake and a very useful engine start button. Qashqai got really long list of modern options, even the basic version equipped with LED lights. Don't forget about the start and stop system. Wheels became giant, almost 19 inches. 16-inch rims reasonably will be available on Ukrainian market. But the most interesting thing is hidden under the new name in the army of innovations of Nissan. It is called the Security Shield. This is a front collision avoidance system, tire driver detection and blind spot assistant. Artificial intelligence adapts to your driving style and traffic situation. It makes driver's life much easier. I would call this car frightened. You can get tired while listening and watching those alarm signals, but this is not so high price for the prevention of accident. Another story, a large TFT screen and road computer on the dashboard, gorgeous graphics, great assistance on the road. Please note that the car is equipped with a navigation system, and it's interesting not only a rear view camera but the circular scanning. You can switch the camera to the mode you need, for example, in order to see the right side of the vehicle. Cool option. But remember that if your head is empty, you will be able to scratch this car in the parking lot anyway. Actually, Qashqai can park itself without your help. And this is even more frightening. I cannot ignore the large panoramic roof. It is so huge that when the dragons fly over the car, you are just a small fish in an aquarium. Developers have increased the interior space. Now there is a place for your knees and a head at the same time, at least for people with an average physique. For a tall person, this car looks not so spacious, but we need to admit that the universal car is just a compromise. The car can do everything a little bit, but not everything as a pro. The new Qashqai will be available with 2 petrol engines and 1 diesel engine. We tried the car with the gasoline engines 1.2 and 1.6 diesel. Gasoline turbo engine 1.2 DIGT has 115 horsepower and 190 newtons of torque. It doesn't sound too convincing on the fact that Qashqai got lighter for 4%. But on the road, the small engine with a manual transmission performed great agility and playfulness. It is not that, it's even provocative. 7 liters of gasoline can be enough to run 100 kilometers on a highway. By the way, the acceleration to 100 kilometers per hour takes 10.9 seconds. I found it hard to judge the suspension because the roads in Spain are perfect. But how it's gonna feel in Ukraine, we will see later. As for handling, Qashqai has become much better. The car responds to my commands quickly and accurately, it smoothly passes corners, and I trust it. But when the trust is lost, the stability control system will handle itself without your assistance. And now let's talk about the diesel, which is in our country is not yet imposed with killing taxes. This 1.6 DCI performs 130 horsepower, but the torque is really impressive, 320 newtons. With the Xtronic CVT it looks quite efficient, 4.6 5.5 diesel per 100 kilometers. We have seen such figures on the dashboard, but don't forget that we've tried to understand how dynamic this diesel can be. So we didn't try to save fuel, therefore I think that engineers didn't lie when talking about the consumption. However, there were some troubles. During the test I have not detected that enormous torque. The 7-step CVT reacted pedal to the floor just like half pedal. However, car easily reached 180 km per hour and effortlessly keeps in traffic. Obviously, the most important things in this engine are ecology and economy. The car with diesel engine accelerates to 100 km per hour for 11.1 seconds. To estimate the noise insulation in Qashqai, let's whisper. Hello, can you hear me? I'm sure you can hear me, because the cabin is really very quiet. Third engine for Ukraine is well-tested 2-liter gasoline unit, which was set on the first-generation Qashqai. Unfortunately, we could try on the front-wheel drive Qashqai, but of course, all-wheel drive system will be available in Ukraine, so we'll deal with it at home. To be honest, I liked the new Qashqai. The car got great engines, the car appeared expressive face, but it still retained the balance on all counts. Of course, Qashqai is a leader in its class, and I'd say Qashqai created this class. If the first generation had only one competitor on the market, today there are 14 competitors. But at the same time, Qashqai still looks like a car that sets the trends in its segment.